So this is our lovely Facebook and Zoom healing call. And I think we're going to do quite a bit of healing today on divine feminine and divine masculine. It has definitely been showing up more because of my trip to Scotland, which holds a lot of the Earth's energy of the divine masculine. And south of France has a portal of divine feminine energy. And so at the moment we are doing, as a collective, we are doing a huge balancing around divine feminine, divine masculine, in order to bring humanity back into alignment. And it is really important to do that because when everything is imbalanced, when the masculine is over feminine and it is oppressive and out of balance, then of course it's pretty impossible to create or to move into the fifth dimension and create our new earth. And so our new earth is absolutely about alignment and balance and unconditional love and support and all of that energy. And so it's important to do that really as a collective group. And so that's one of the things I know we're going to be called to do today. And you're always welcome to type into the chat, whether you're on Zoom or Facebook. I'll try and check some of the Facebook posts also and see what's happening over there. And we will get started with bringing everyone into the Akashic field with me, and just let's get nice and grounded and centered, and we'll open the Akashic Records. So we can do that now as the group. So let's start by activating our tripod grounding system. And that is by really coming down fully present into your physical body. We invite our soul to get really embodied right here and now, all the way down into our hips and our legs, all the way down into our feet. And let's open our feet chakras and grow some nice roots from our feet, 2 feet down, down, down into Gaia, letting those roots branch out, creating a really big root system all around us. And then the tripod is the grounding cord from the base of the spine. So let's grow a nice, strong, wide grounding cord all the way down to the center of Earth. And I like to wrap that cord around the center of the earth, holding us grounded as we do this sacred and expansive work today. And we ask the divine lords of unconditional love to help us center fully in this moment as we create this sacred space. Please wrap us in your love and protection. And allow us to travel to the highest realms of the Akasha available to us today. Please help us, we lay our multi-dimensional hearts open to divine love and release all resistance. Lords of the Akashic Record, please guide us to the deepest truth we can access now. Support us in healing and releasing that which no longer serves on our true path. We give great thanks for your divine love and support on this journey today. So it is beautiful. Good. So we are going to do a quick run through of balancing internally for ourselves, which is always important. And then we will and then we'll start to kind of balance bigger pictures, energies. Okay, so just, I think we did a little of this last week. If you imagine your masculine channel and your feminine channel running down through your body, it kind of touches each chakra as it goes down. And so I like to run a gold infinity symbol right through the center of each chakra, starting with the sixth. So kind of starting through our forehead. You imagine it that way. Balancing masculine, feminine right through the head, right through. This is, of course, your mind, left and right, which is again masculine, feminine, and then everything that's in the head, right? Our third eye, our clairvoyance. We also have our telepathics around our eyes. We just want to really energetically balance the left hemisphere with the right hemisphere, the left channel with the right channel. And then we come down to the throat, balancing divine feminine, divine masculine through the fifth chakra, being able to speak our truth with love, kindness, grace, and strength, right? So often we think of the kind of the gentleness, compassion, kindness as feminine, and kind of the strength often as the masculine, but we want to have them balanced so we can speak our truth with grace, with love, with compassion. We never have to be bullies or righteous about anything we have to say. We want to share that wisdom with love. And then down to our heart chakra, balancing masculine and feminine energy through the fourth chakra. And down through the third, which we often consider, people often call that the power chakra, which I think is interesting because I see it very much as creative, but I think the creative tends to be the divine feminine, kind of the power idea. Energy is a little more of the divine masculine. So when we balance them again in the third chakra, in the fourth chakra, we can create a life of balance, right? Using that creativity, but stepping out there in the world and using it, right? Men have, for thousands probably of years, have been the ones who have gotten out there, right? They've been the, they've been out there killing the beasts, right? Keeping their family, their community safe, doing all of that sort of work. And now it's interesting, I often find also a lot of beautiful spiritual men who have that kind of energy to move out and share the wisdom. And what I've seen is that probably 80% of the spiritual communities are women. And it's time for the women to step up, step into a little of that kind of strength and tenacity and balance the flow and the grace and let go of some of the shyness and I'm not good enough and bring in the, yes, you are a powerful creator being. And that's very much about the heart and the third chakra. So that's lovely. So balancing masculine, feminine, divine feminine through the fourth, through the third, down through the second. And then into the first chakra. And of course, you know, first chakra is very connected to the hips. I see a question to help clear the right side, the feminine side. So hopefully this is helping you to do that, especially as we do it all the way down through the chakra system. Actually kind of brings that energy of the channels, clearing, opening, balancing, and down into the hips, of course, because that is connected to our legs, to our grounding, to first chakra, very much about being here and being present. And the record keepers want you to remember that it is very hard to create if you are not in your body. So being grounded and embodied, very, very, very important for everyone right now. So love that. All right. Perfect. Good. So start to feel that just in the body, feeling that energy. Lovely. Okay. And then let's do it in a bit of a bigger way around the world. So as I was mentioning, we're opening big portals in Scotland, which holds a lot of divine masculine energy, and the divine feminine in France. And so really energetically, what I'm hearing, again, going into the quantum field, moving outside of time and space, let's let go of some of the collective imbalance that has been super strong on the planet really for the last, I'm going to say about 3,000 years. That's where I always get, I kind of go back 1,000 years, nope, another 1,000 years, oh, well, back another 1,000 years. It's like, okay, let's go back about 3,000 or so years and clear quite a bit of that. Right, we've had huge power struggles, and much of this has shown up in our world. It was really intensely kind of activated back in the 500, 700, 800, really around religion, around women being sinners, around women, you know, men blaming women for a lot of the evil in the world. It's like all our fault that you want to have sex, right? Kind of these really crazy ideas. But it's become very much part of the collective. And they're just kind of clearing a lot of that energy out through all time space continuum. So clearing kind of the stories. The record keepers are saying it'll be useful. We'll go back to some of the ancient divine feminine temples. Often I refer to them as goddess temples, all these beautiful lifetimes where we were the wise women, the healers. We were there, really the kind of the temple community was divine feminine for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Of course, we are the creators. We can create life. Without women, there is no humanity going up forward, right? And that power men can never have. Of course, without men, we can't make those babies either. So it needs balance, not one over the other, but balance, right? So just unhooking, unraveling, deleting a lot of the collective stories and beliefs. And I want to go back to the record keepers were suggesting we go back to some of these past lives where we were part of the sacred temples, the wisdom schools, the mystery schools, the we call them many different things, but many different lifetimes when we were priests and priestesses also. Right. So, yes, important definitely to clear a lot of the suppression that's been in our world. And one of the ways we'll do this is we'll go back about 3,000 years energetically to the fall of many of the divine feminine goddess temples. And really the pain and struggle that came out of that. So I know that many, if not most of you, whether you're in a male body or a female body in this lifetime, you have all had these different lives where there has been a fall, whether it was of a temple, or a priesthood or some sort of collective group of women where we were very much empowered. So I see these past lives where the warriors came in and destroyed their beautiful temples and killed much of the village, right? Ransacked, rampaged, murdered, raped. Or not challenging, painful days. So we want to clear all that pain, all that anger, all that hatred. And then a lot of the energy that gets attached to that is enslavement, because often we were either killed or enslaved, right? So we became the prostitutes instead of the healers or the goddess wisdom keepers. So we were often enslaved. I want to clear a lot of that. Right. Lifetimes where we were killed, we were stabbed, we were, a lot of the rape was very much about genocide, right? People were coming from other countries and creating genocide in our lands and countries, right? By changing the bloodlines, kidnapping us, enslaving us, dragging us off to another country. Yeah, that was, those lives really sucked. And they've gone on over time again and again and again and again. So it's time. It really is so much time to let that go, especially our anger, our hatred, our pain. We want to clear and release that. Everyone's physical pain, emotional pain, and trauma from those lifetimes. I'm going to say that probably most of us have had at least a half a dozen or a dozen of those. Again, if you imagine that you have lived 500, 600 lifetimes, that a dozen isn't that big of a deal. It's not really that many. So, okay, keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Whew. All right. A lot of buzzing energy just really flowing through the collective group, helping us to release this through all time-space continuum. Of course, we're in the quantum field of the all. You know, and just so everyone remembers, you are powerful beings, and it is our time to own our power again, right? To step back into being the healers, the teachers, the wisdom keepers, to be part of the beautiful groups and communities and collectives doing our work. And this is what the record keepers keep saying, is that that the program that I teach is one of the greatest empowerment tools on the planet today. So learning to access your own Akashic records so you can have these conversations for yourself with your own record keepers every single day and say, can we heal more about that past life where I was, you know, killed for being a healer, where I was held, you know, where I was whatever, murdered, enslaved, turned into a prostitute, whatever, all awful things we were, you know, and then we started to become jealous and to vie for power again by fighting with our goddess sisters, with our best friends, because it was around survival. So let's do a bunch of survival clearing too, because that really holds us back when we feel very, very stuck in that energy of survival. That can really hold us back. A lot of old ancient energy. So drink water, breathe deeply, drop way down into your belly. Let's clear any and all lifetimes in which we were beheaded or hung or guillotined for being those healers or those leaders or teachers. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. So important, right? We want to keep the energy moving through our field. And one of the ways we can do that easily is by just deep breath, blow it out, deep breath, blow it out, deep breath. You know, I mean, don't make yourself dizzy. But again, a lot of when we can take a nice deep breath, fill your belly, clear it, release it, ask your record keepers to help you keep moving it out. For many of us, we end up feeling, you know, emotions may come up. That's okay. Just acknowledge them, thank them, invite them to continue moving out through your body. Right? That's the really important piece, is to let it go, keep it moving, and breathing is a good way. So you may be, if you're in your whatever, in a place where you can get up and walk around a little, let yourself move. You know, you see my hands are always moving, and your hands might start to move too, because part of what we're doing is unwriting, unwriting, rewriting, clearing, releasing, deleting, unhooking, all of these things. And so I always feel that flow through my body, and you may too. So if that calls to you to write some light language. Maybe there's something in your records that you're ready to rewrite right now. So let that flow through you if that's showing up. Good. Okay. Let me just fill everyone up. Let's let this kind of ground in, integrate in. Let me know how you're doing or feeling. I was seeing a little, and that's helpful. I was seeing, you know, kind of tight throat. So that's great to hear or to know. So I can do some work around, again, that the hanging is what shows up often, or beheading, or having your throat slit, any and all of that. So they're useful bits to know. So you can write in the chat, or, you know, if you're live on Facebook too, I can read that chat also. So that's always good. And then right now, I'm going to fill everyone up with their highest Akashic information, guidance, and energy. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of us were definitely hung or beheaded or drowned or something that affects our throat, often our lungs. Good, 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 good. Okay. Beautiful. All right, and just getting now, let's get nice and regrounded. I always like, if we fill up with Akashic energy and light, and then we can get regrounded, coming back down into our bodies. Often that kind of energy, that the memories of past lives of trauma, some of that bleed through will kind of trigger us to pop back out of our body again. So we want to, again, ground back in. Yeah, the restless legs feel like they're kind of connected to a bunch of things that are clearing from your first chakras, what the record keepers are saying. So again, you might find, even if you're just in a room, you might find that walking around is helpful. Kind of moving your body. Tugging in your solar plexus. Yeah, let's do a little on just some disconnecting, more disconnecting there. That feels like sometimes when we start to clear and balance and move the energy, that people who might have a cord or a connection into a chakra are kind of like getting unhooked, and they may get not so happy about that, right? So good. Frustration and sadness has been released. I'm going to clear, release any cords from our third chakra. Any old hooks to other lifetimes or this life. Good. Keep breathing, keep breathing, keep breathing. Super, super, super important, right? Okay. All right. Good. 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 Feels a little better. Feels like people are getting more grounded, calm down in your body. Fabulous. So let me give you a lovely gift. And so I am part of a beautiful video platform. Actually, it's called Positive Prime, and it has now, they've been researching it for years, and it has been proven scientifically to help people rewire their brains. And it is such an important time to rewire our brains, right? Because so often clients come back to me and we've cleared a lot of stuff, and, you know, we start to move forward. And then sometimes, you know, the conscious, the unconscious, the collective, other people in our head talking to us, telling us we're crazy, whatever it is, it kind of re-triggers old patterns. So Positive Prime will actually help you 3 minutes a day. This is the super cool thing, will help you to rewire your brain. And I have a beautiful Positive Prime video. So basically what you do is, this is a 10-day free trial. It's only $200 a year to be a member of Positive Prime, but this, you can try it out for 10 days, and you pick a video, and they're on everything. Mine, of course, is on Akashic energy and love, but they're about, you know, health and abundance and empowerment and speaking up. I just saw somebody say, I have a tendency to stay quiet and not want to be seen. Definitely do some work, but there's a lot of videos too. There's hundreds and hundreds of videos on Positive Prime. And basically you pick a video and you personalize it, which means you upload some of your own pictures into the platform, so that your video that you're going to watch about speaking up or health or weight loss or money or abundance or being seen or love, relationships, there's hundreds of everything you might want to work on. Personalizing it makes your brain really own it and change. And then you speed it up, so up to a point of 9. And so it takes only 3 minutes, and it goes into your unconscious that way. So check out my video. If you click that link of Positive Prime that I just popped in the chat, that will take you to my page. You will get to see my video. You will be able to register as my guest for 10 days and try it out, but do it every day. You know, and you might even do more than one, because you might want to do one on health and one on relationship one day, and another day you might do one on speaking your truth and maybe business. Maybe you guys want to start your own business, right? So all of that is it's a phenomenal tool to empower yourselves for $200 a year, right? And Kim Serafini, the woman who created this amazing tool, is speaking to the neuroscientists in LA in November. I'm going to go down and see her because she lives in Australia. So this is the first time I get to actually see her. And but she's been asked to speak to neuroscientists about this amazing technology. So very, very exciting. So Positive Prime, check it out, 10 days free. And of course, okay. So let's do a little bit more healing. Let's do some kind of quiet. Let's clear some of those too. Let's clear entities and energy patterns, any embodied or disembodied. I'm not sure what that means for you, Sarah. So let's do that before we finish up today. And we're going to do entities, energy patterns. Okay, I'm just want to staying quiet. Okay, and then I know it kind of speeds through. Grateful, addictions, fears. Okay. I also just pop my free gift journey into your Akashic Records. If you've never done that, that's lovely. And it will take you to my webinar, which will tell you more about my workshop also. Yes, speaking up, very, very, very important. Okay. So, so I'm going to start with entities and energy patterns because that's always a big deal. They can really hold us back and stop us and block us. So I want to go through all time space continuum where we have made soul contracts with, say, an unembodied spirit. Sometimes we did it when we were healers to give us more power. Sometimes they were group contracts that actually contracted with these beings to give us, again, power. There was no power. There was not much light on the earth during the Dark Ages. So anywhere between 800 and 1600, really, there wasn't so much light here. So we were often contacting the dark and using some different dark magic to empower us. Sometimes we use light magic. Sometimes that even included some unembodied spirits and entities and stuff. So we want to clear, release, delete, and break all contracts with unembodied spirits, anyone and everyone that we have vowed to support, that was, that to give us power, not just support contracts, but anyone we vowed, any dark entity or energy that we vowed to support so that they would empower us to do our healing work. We want to clear, delete, release any and all of those soul contracts, group contracts, collective contracts, and or vows also. Really time to be rid of the dark that is just still dragging us down. Oh. Okay, sorry about that. I think I okay, and all of the contracts and fear about speaking our truth, some of the healing we did. So if you're just coming in, I know that some people are still just coming in now. Go back, you can watch these replays on Facebook. Really is the place to watch it. So after I'm done, it will be there under videos, or I usually will try and pin it to the top so you can watch it again. So if you missed, we balanced a lot of masculine, feminine energy, which helps with our speaking our truth, as well as any vow we've taken to not be seen. So clearing that was a lot of those collective. I bump into some of those when we were part of the Druids, or we were part of some pagan healing group, or we were healers and we were afraid that we'd get killed because people would call us witches, and we were really the medicine women. We were shaman, we were doctors, right? And so a lot of those vows and soul contracts to stay quiet, to stay hidden, to stay safe, also from other past lives. So we want to clear, release all of that. I think I'm going to do some really direct work on everyone's throat chakra because I'm feeling it too. Drink a bunch of water. I'm going to do some just fifth chakra clearing as we clear, release any cords or blocks or any kind of hooks or energy, or even scarring. Sometimes I'll see like scarring in a chakra. Usually it's in the heart chakra, but there's a bunch in the throat because of some of the physical damage that we've experienced from speaking our truth. And some of it comes from, of course, being hung or beheaded or having your throat slit or any of the above, drowned, blah, whatever it was. Yeah. Anytime we've been told to shut up, you know, to be seen and not heard. I mean, really hundreds, probably thousands of years of women being second class or third class citizens, probably not even as good as the cattle. They release all of that. Whew, all right, that feels better. Good. Okay, lovely, lovely, lovely. Just kind of filling our fifth chakra back up with our highest physical level energy, our highest cosmic energy, our highest Akashic energy, all the beautiful golden light and love in every layer of the throat chakra. So just real specific throat chakra, because it's time to speak your truth. It's time to speak up, time to be seen. You know, I talk about, oh, good, feeling like can breathe more deeply too. Forehead, throat, and heart are tingling. Good, good. Just letting all of that kind of activate and open. You know, I definitely love to teach people to become Akashic Record consultants and healers also. And the place to start that path is with Akashic Course 1, which starts next Monday, September 19th. So definitely check that out. And so we do course 1 and then 2, that's Akashic self-mastery, because it's so important that you master your own light and wisdom and energy first, and then career mastery, where I teach you to be an Akashic consultant and healer and to create a business. We'll start again probably in February of 2023. So if you're interested in getting out of the old corporate world, you're ready to start a business, an Akashic record business, jump in and take my upcoming course. And then really, then you learn to do this for yourself. And so empowering ourselves is really, really so important right now. And lots of yawning and releasing. Good, good, good. Wow, good. Feeling light, lit, and grounded. Whoo, yay, you. Okay. You know, sometimes we feel pain because we've triggered that stuff we've kept stuffed down, right? So a lot of the emotions and the feelings and even stuff that sometimes will trigger physical pain has been suppressed. And so as we start to clear it and we open these chakras, it's activated, it's woken up, and it's moving out. So thank the pain and let it go. Thank the emotions, let them go. If you feel, you know, emotional pain, physical pain, trauma, it's just leaving, right? You have a whole energy field around you, which is usually 3 or 4 or 6 feet around you, right? So as it leaves your physical body from these hidden places like your chakra system, or even it's been stuck in your lungs, a lot of our grief, all of this energy in our bodies, a lot of emotions stuck in our stomachs, our heart, right? Our second chakra, let's just say, a lot of emotions down there, all of that, it's being released to move through. So just thank it, let it go, right? Don't worry, don't move into stress. That just kind of goes to constriction again. And then when we become constricted, then nothing much will happen. So Good. All right. Well, so much love to everyone. It would be very, very fun to have you all in my course. If you haven't taken it, I know some of you are my students. I see at least one certified Akashic consultant here. Love to see you. Thank you for showing up. Definitely download the, go to the, check out Positive Prime, and so that you can download that free 10-day program too, and all of that will be on Zoom, so you can go back. You should be able to click on it right there. Right now it's in the chat, so if you just click on it in the chat, that'll open that up on your computer. I don't know how it does on phones, but maybe it does, but you should be able to find it again on Facebook. So thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me in all of this work. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. I couldn't do the healing for the collective without you. So I will hopefully see you really, really soon. So much love. Bye for now.